guess who is back, ladies and gentlemen? That is right, it is Average Joe, and today we are taking a look at Kingdom Hearts episode number 17. This is Kingdom Hearts 2 episode number 17. This Let's Play, of course, we are continuing on with Port Royal. We are going to be finishing this up, and I do have some longer episodes coming out this week. We are going to be doing a lot of stuff this week in far of the Let's Play series, both regarding Kingdom Hearts 2 and Pokemon Soul Silver, of course. Both of those series are going to have some lengthier episodes, with this one being on the shorter end, and then the rest of the videos being on like the 30 to 35. I think even one video goes a little bit beyond that, minute-wise. It is going to be a crazy week. We are going to try and get through an awful lot, and I'm going to be posting Saturday and Sunday as well. I don't know which order they're going to be coming out in. My gut opinion tells me Pokemon on Sunday and Kingdom Hearts on Saturday, but we'll see how that goes. And of course, as expected, ding ding ding, we will have a 4th of July special that will be something entirely different, so I hope you all tune in for that. I've been getting everything going here. I had a lot of this ready to go last week, but if I'm gonna be honest, I did not feel 100% last week. After just getting back from vacation, I really didn't want to force out like mediocre content to you guys, and I know all my content is mediocre, right? Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. All of Average Joe's content is pretty mediocre, but yeah, I didn't want to publish stuff out there that I really didn't feel comfortable with. If the voiceovers are pretty shaky, that's one thing, but if the gameplay content isn't really covering a lot, that's an entirely different thing, and I don't like it. I don't like it when it ends up like that, folks. But here we go. We're waiting on the ship for Jack and Will to go and do what they are doing. Of course, that is not going to end up well. We have to readjust our group. No big things going on there. Jack and Will get to see a bit of the story that's going on in this Pirates of the Caribbean movie. That's, if there's one big thing I would, no, I want to go back and forth. I'm sure you can hear my dog drinking right now. I apologize for that, but I continuously go back and forth in this game because the game sticks so close to the movies, and the movies do kind of fit the overall narrative of Sora. I get it. I get why it's there, but in some elements it's sort of a bit, draggy is the word I would use. It drags over the top, and you can see there's some light skips there. Anytime there's skips like that, I'm either shortening the episode because there's heartless fights and it's not important, which is not the case here. But the alternative case is typically I'm cutting out sections of the video in the sole purpose that what's going on in the video is me equipping abilities and things like that to our special team. If you would like to see that, please drop that in the comments down below. I am more than happy to do these Let's Plays like in a full live stream format here on YouTube or anywhere else, but I think with the work that would require for me to do that, I would really want to do it in a way that this is not a greedy statement or anything like that, but I'd really want to do a live stream on YouTube or do it in like a Patreon sort of format where like the gist of the videos come out here, and then on Patreon you could see me actually playing through it, and I hook up an actual microphone and play through it that way, and you could hear my thoughts as I play through it, and maybe it's just slightly different content. You know, me initially playing through it, and you can see a lot of the deaths when it comes to like Mario series and things like that. I think that would be a lot of fun, but I would really want to orchestrate that in like almost a Patreon like way. And like I said, I'm not doing this for the money. The subscription price would probably be bare minimum 99 cents a month, something like that. I don't know, but just to share with you guys why that is, because I know a lot of people say that and they're like, oh yeah, and then it just comes out and it's the same video, is like it would be a little bit more difficult because when I'm doing Kingdom Hearts playthroughs or anything that doesn't involve my keyboard for that matter, I'm playing it while riding an exercise bike. Like that's my that's my way to like off-put like I'm not just sitting on the couch doing stuff. When I'm doing these Let's Plays and they're on a format where I can play it on like a handheld and not an emulator, it's coming out while I'm on an exercise bike. So it is a little bit trickier for me to do like an actual voiceover on that. Plus, in terms of like Mario and things like that, right? Like I die 50 to 60 times. Like you're just going to hear me yelling into the screen, which as far as YouTube goes isn't great. But like I said, going over all that, if you're interested in that sort of format, and I'm probably going to do a little bit of a rant like this. Hopefully it doesn't take 6 minutes like it did in this video. But I'm probably going to do it on the Pokemon series as well. I think on the Pokemon series it's a little bit less prevalent because a lot of the games we're playing now use emulator. But I'm going to share the same thesis because, right, we have Pokemon Sword and a whole bunch of other entries that are coming out that I could actually play on the Switch and things like that. So it is still prevalent come today. But we could see Will knocked out Jack there with a paddle. Probably not the best move. Honestly, he helped you get there. I get you're trying to save your lady friend, but what are you doing? What are you doing? That is the question that Average Joe is asking. Because of course he is, and I'm going to silence my phone now. Hopefully you don't hear a ding. If you do, it's from my iPad. I have so many... everything in the house, I feel, anymore is interconnected. Internet of Things. Coming from an IT guy, of course, that is, it's a pot of gold when you're working in a company, but outside of the company, it kind of sucks. I don't like my things telling me about my other things. It's funny, I have shared it before, and I know this is probably going to be a little bit of a ranty episode here. I have shared a little bit of the context of what's going on, but when I go for a run anymore, for all of you guys that have hung around with these episodes and know that I'm a long distance runner, every time I leave the house, my phone has to tell me, "Hey, Average Joe, you left your iPad at home." And it's like, yeah, didn't really want to take my iPad on a 7-mile run. Sorry. But yeah, here we go. We got a treasure map here. I'm trying not to don too much on like personal stuff this week because I really want to get caught up on these Let's Plays now that I've returned from my vacation. I have returned. But there we go. I chose an area on the map. Honestly, I saved in between these things happening, so there is a little bit lost in like experience gained. It's very minimal. I did that little bit and wanted to save. Like I said, last week I came home, I started to play through these Let's Plays, and like I would get exhausted after like 15 minutes. It's just like, oh, I want to get these out to the people. I want the people to see them. That's what this whole series is about. But at the same point in time, do I have a lot of energy? No. So that's what we're doing. But here we go. This is essentially just... I don't think it's the first one, but I think it's the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie. We're just rehashing all of the plot elements from that film. Which I said, like, in other worlds, you're going to see me go into a lot more context on this and how I feel about it and how it jives with everything going on. But I was not a Pirates of the Caribbean fan growing up. To me, this series was never... I mean, everything that Johnny Depp put into it, I know I touched on it on the last episode. I absolutely love Johnny Depp as an actor. Terrific. He does an amazing job every time I see him on film. And I have to quote it once again. Blow with Johnny Depp is one of my favorite movies of all time. He does a great job with George Jung. Just an incredible actor, like all around, and I don't care what comes about him in the news. What has or what will. I don't give two shits. He's a really good actor. And you can't take away from that. But as far as my childhood goes, because I haven't watched a Disney movie in a long, long time, excluding some of the Star Wars reboots, I've watched them just because Star Wars nostalgia. It's in my blood there, but outside of that, as far as Disney goes, I mean, The Fox and the Hound is where you got me. That's all I got on Disney. Like, I was a Disney kid for about a year or two after I was born. And for those who are watching who are not aware, because I'm sure I've shared it before, but I haven't shared it frequently, I was born in the mid-1990s, is how I would put it. So, yeah, I didn't get to see the classics, but I didn't get to see this new bullshit that's coming out either. And I'm sort of glad I was in that region, because my family kept a lot of the old stuff and showed me a lot of the old stuff, and that's what I grew up with. I didn't grow up with some of the stuff. I think the newest thing I saw was Lilo and Stitch growing up as a kid, and after that I gave up on Disney as a whole. I'm glad I've returned for a few things, but most things I would say I took the right stance. Sorry, Disney. Sorry. But here we go. We're at a battle with the other ship. Regardless of where you choose to go, it chooses this, because I think I chose to go to the port. It's, well, yeah, without sharing any words, you're gonna see. Like, this section, honestly, I hate, like, the whole, you can damage them in some areas and not other areas. It's such bull crap. There's no reason for this to exist in this game. Like, absolutely none, other than, let's make this game harder because the player's at a certain level. You know why it's infuriating? It's infuriating because the AI is garbage. That's why it's infuriating. There's no other reason. They make this game difficult just for the sake of, like, luck purposes here. Which I get. It's like, oh, well, if you're speed running it, you could do it in whatever. And it's like, well, yeah, but for the casual player, this is a pain in the ass most of the time. Because Donald and Goofy can be a distraction all the time. So, like, why make it this difficult? Why make it this challenging? Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm asking you. And I know this is probably shocking for a lot of you, because I've come out and said dozens of times that this is my favorite PlayStation 2 game. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to have my gripes with it. I am still going to be very critical over the elements that I hate in this game. And this world is one of them. I like how it opened it up, because I love this world in the original. Well, it wasn't in the original. I love this world in general. But I almost like the Peter Pan with Captain Hook better than I like this. Just for the sake that, like, it adds elements to the game. Like, I can't hit him here. Why does that exist? Why? You know why? Because there's a timer, and it wants to make it harder on me for no reason. None. Other than it was lore to the original game. That's it. That's the only reason why they do it. And honestly, sometimes it's bullshit. This honestly may be a ranty episode of Kingdom Hearts 2 with Average Joe. I realize that is really hard to believe, because I have hyped this game up time and time again, but as I'm playing through this area really sucks. It's terrible. Like, legitimately terrible. From a gameplay perspective. Because I'm playing through this with somebody who has played through it dozens of times. But as a first gameplay walkthrough, I understand how this could be an absolute shit show. Because it could quickly turn that way. Man, I never thought I would actually spread this much hate on this game. If I'm gonna be brutally honest. It's just like, you can't give critical roles to AI. They're gonna let you down every time. Consistently. I do have to give it, it came out on the PlayStation 2 years ago. Whatever. I will tip my hat. It's not as bad as it could be, but It's not great. That decision there was not good. Look how long that little section of a storyline took me. There is no reason why this world took me 2 videos, both about 30 minutes in length. And the next 2 worlds we're going to go over, one takes me about 30 to 35 minutes, and then the other takes me about 40 minutes or so. It's going to be a longer episode coming out on Friday, but there's no reason why this one should take me 2 videos. It shouldn't exist, period. It's padding. That's all it is. Let's be honest about what's going on. Kingdom Hearts 2 is trying to pad the game. And for some reason, Average Joe likes it. It's interesting, to say the least. There we go. We're all tied up. And once again, I took another break because I was sick of this storyline. You know why? Because I'm not invested in anybody that's here. Not a single soul. You're going to make a story that's extremely long, make it in the Hercules world, where we already know the characters and care about them. Don't do it here. And I know I'm really throwing this apart. If this is your favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 2, drop that down in the comments down below and tell me why. Just explain to me why this is your favorite world, and I will acknowledge it. I mean, if you look on any of the previous videos, you will see any comment I reply to, even if it's spam comments, even if it's like, check out this website, and it's like generically like a default whatever disgusting website. I reply like cool, like the shocker symbol or something like that. I don't know. I reply consistently. So if this world is your favorite world, drop it down in the comments below why this world is your favorite world, and please just give me some insight, because like I don't know, this world has nothing for me. Like nothing other than I think the weapon we get at the end of it, if I'm going to be honest with you all. But I think that also speaks volumes, because I think you only get a Keyblade weapon in a world your first time around, because you have to revisit a lot of these places twice, when it is truly the only time you're going to visit this world. So there's probably a reason why we only visit this world first. There's an organizational member battle we could have there if we really wanted to. I think we'll come back and try all of those at the end of the game. I'm not going to promise that we'll beat any of them, because they are really, really challenging. As far as I've tested in the past, they are really hard. But here you can see, it's once again, the game is padding out the combat for no apparent reason. Like, absolutely none. I'm kind of getting the hang of it now, where I could, like, hit people back into a corner. But it's so frustrating that the game just does this for absolutely no reason in this world. I get it. The lore is the reason enough. If you want to say that and you want to stick by that, good for you. But it is not engaging enough for me to even give 2 shits about. There's no reason I should care about this. Like, absolutely none. Like, imagine if you played this game and never watched the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. How would you feel about this? You'd be outraged. Man, this is probably like the most controversial take I've had on any video without it actually being controversial. And you're gonna see here in a minute or two why I stand as hard as I do against this. Because, like, look at everything we're going up against. I want you to take a note up till this point in the episode about how hard everything has been and how all of my dealings have been just time consuming. Everything's been whatever. Everything has to be perfect. So you would expect, based off of all of this, right? Barbossa, who is likely going to be our leader here, our main villain, another soda pop, is going to be an unbearable version of this. That's the expectation, right? The final boss here is going to deal on a... Because that's why you would lay this out from a storytelling perspective. The reason why this would exist would be because it plays into the final boss. And because it plays into the final boss, all these battles leading up to it play into that element, so that way you understand it and can take it in when it comes time to deal with the final boss. So that way it's not so new of a concept that it just completely bones you at the last minute. Right? Am I in, does everybody understand? Am I in, like, a clear headspace that, like, that makes logical sense? That's why you would do this from a film perspective or a game perspective or from any fucking perspective. Right? That makes logical sense. Well, here we storm in here. We get another scene from the movie, at least close enough that it fits into the game and can also fill the space of what we need to do as far as the movie goes. We got Will Turner here. And then everybody shows up and we're like, hey, hot diggity dog, here we come. We are storming into the movie. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Always introduced in that order. Except for the 1 or 2 times we called it out in this Let's Play. But, yeah. Since there's people after us, we beat their asses. We're like, no more playing around. So you would expect, and once again, based off of the sword fight, which I do admit, this is a cool moment. I'm not going to cut it any credit. Jack gets a sword through the stomach. But guess what? He backs up into the light. He's afflicted by the curse too. Something we haven't seen previously, and is a cool callback to the movie. I get it. It's cool. This part actually flies with me. I give it 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up from Average Joe. And a pinky. Because I want to get both regions there. No, but seriously. That's honestly fun. But then he calls upon Pete, and he's like, hey Pete, help me out here. Pete decides to do so with the Heartless. We get a cool chameleon guy like we got in the original one with Clayton when we were dealing with Tarzan. Deep Jungle, I believe the world is called. If you want to check that out, go check that out. We can see we got him in the background. I think that was my screenshot for the episode. And we're going to have to defeat Barbossa with the help of Jack. Let's see how difficult Barbossa is. So I'm gonna go after this thing. I knocked it out so the lights are there. There he is. Let's see how hard he is. And how much he plays upon the darkness. Absolutely no playing upon the darkness right now. Nothing. Oh, what's that? We're just grinding through his HP, just completely devastating him. Just by smashing the A button repeatedly. That's what we're doing to get through this boss battle? Oh, okay. This was definitely worth learning about all the pirates and how we have to deal with them only in the light and all those elements. That was great. Yeah. Well, an amazing boss battle. You blew my mind, Kingdom Hearts 2. That is my main complaint. Why did they not... If you're going to spend that much time making a concept and making it difficult for the heroes to overcome, make the final boss deal with that concept. What the fuck are you doing, Kingdom Hearts? please explain to me. You are my favorite game. Explain to me why you're fucking with me. But that is going to be it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry for the complete lack of non-posting last week. I know we had 1 or 2 videos out there, but nowhere near the norm. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Definitely motivates myself to make videos just like this now and in the near future. We'll be playing Kingdom Hearts 2 until we finish it, and then of course Pokemon Soul Silver until we finish it. Once we finish up those, I think we have Super Mario 2 coming out, and then another Pokemon game. I think it's Pearl. We're going to be doing a Nuzlocke, which should be really interesting if you're on the Pokemon side of things and really like to see those sort of Let's Plays. So I highly encourage everybody to go and check those out as they come out in the future. But yeah, until next time, everybody take it easy. It is a Monday, so I hope you all are having a snazzy start to your week. Please remember, we are going to be having a special episode coming out on July 4th as well. I think it may be... I don't want to give any hints as to what it is, but it is probably going to be something that's completely different from anything that I've posted on the channel. It's going to be really short, maybe like 10 minutes in length. So if you're interested in that, please go and check it out. And then until next time, guys, yeah, like everybody said, everybody take it easy, and I hope you all have a snazzy start to your week, and we hope to see you all here on the next one. If you're interested in this series, the next episode will be coming out Wednesday, and we will be exploring a new world, of course, which I think is hinted at the end of this episode. And then, yeah, on Tuesday, if you're interested in any of the Pokemon stuff, we'll be coming out with a new episode on Tuesday for the Pokemon series. So go and check that out if you like Pokemon stuff. But till next time, everybody take it easy, and I hope you all have a snazzy start to your week. Please enjoy about a minute and change of my voice not going over the content in the video moving forward as I cut it out here. But yeah, take it easy, guys, and we'll see you all here on the next one.
You know, for a minute there, I was afraid we were gonna lose Donald to the curse of the treasure.
Yup, me too.
What?